Welcome to the fun end talk of this day. I guess I'm the last talk between you now here and the evening lunch dinner, actually. So I hope it's still worth it sitting here for the last talk. Yeah. So basically, we as computer scientists or engineers have more or less the same problem as, let's say, medical students. So when a medical student tells a relative or a stranger that, yeah, he studies medicine, then the first reaction is, oh, yes, interesting. Well, do you know, I have this itchy pain since 2 weeks. Maybe you can advise me something. And when I tell someone, oh, I'm studying computer science, then it's, oh, yes, interesting. You know, I have this printer problem since 2 weeks, and maybe you can advise me something. And the second problem we share with them is the strange expectations people have on the topic, especially on here now on computer security, because of the thing that screenwriters put into the movies and TV series. They are completely, like in this medicine series, they're showing a completely different view or different story than how it really works. And for this talk, I've compiled over a dozen different clips from movies and TV series, and we'll look at them and we'll discover what they've done good or what they've done bad, mostly bad. So who am I? I'm Adrian Dabowski. I'm a PhD student at the Technical University in Vienna. And my colleagues also helped me with this here, Christian Platzer and Ayosha Jutmeier. We started this as for our introduction course in computer security, but it turned out to be quite interesting and amusing also to professionals. So let's start this roller coaster ride through different aspects of computer security. So the first thing you need is to gain access. And so let's see how it looks like in Iron Man. Not typing anything, but making a strong face obviously helps.
Sector 16? What are you up to, Obadiah?
So, is this possible? Can we have a USB stick that automatically scans through files? I know this is a professional audience. Let's see what the reaction is. Who thinks that this is possible? Raise your hand. Oh, okay. So the answer is yes and no. I think you can, some aspects probably yes, but others probably no. So, I mean, you probably know Rubber Ducky, and it can simulate any USB device that a computer supports. So you can simulate keyboards, you can simulate mouse strokes. But I'm not sure, or it's rather unlikely that you can read back the screen content. So you probably will use a kind of keyboard dropper that then downloads a remote access utility. But otherwise, it's not that bad. But maybe in reality, someone would solve this more in a more stealthy way, not sitting in front of the computer. But what could on a Related topic, what could possibly go wrong if you just stick something into the office network? We can take a look at James Bond.
He's using a polymorphic engine to mutate the code. Whenever I try to gain access, it changes. It's like solving a Rubik's Cube that's fighting back.
Stop. Go in on that. Remember Road. It's an old tube station on the Metropolitan line. Been closed for years.
Oh no. Can someone tell me how the hell he got into our system? Oh shit. Shit. The actors.
So, of course, never connect anything foreign to your office network. Never. I mean, like the service where they throw USB sticks on the parking lot, but also never any active device. But there are other methods to gain access to the computer system. Let's look how they did this in Scorpion.
We're in sync with Mr. O'Brien's laptop. Let's hope this works.
You ready? No. Hit the roof panel. No. Hit the roof panel. Do it now!
I guess you learned this in flight school.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
We're back on.
Mayday. Communications restored. We'll have you all safely on the ground in moments. Please confirm.
Your mom did that.
So these are the landing speeds of typical Boeing aircrafts. You guys at E&W love fast cars, don't you? Can your cars go that fast? So next time when I'm here, when I visit you as a speaker, we should try this at Frankfurt Airport. once you are in a system, you need privilege escalation to get to higher privileges. And there is a really old movie that back then actually had troubles visualizing this. And let's see how Tron solved this in the 80s.
Okay, Clue. Tonight we check everything in the right-hand column. Come on. Where are you? Clue.
Yes, sir.
Clue, we don't have much time left to find that file. This is top priority.
Yes, sir, I know, sir.
This isn't just correcting my bank.
Get out of here!
The bad
Busted
program was
again.
destroyed.
And that was my best program.
Got a pirate.
So this is the big evil boss of the company.
Good evening, Mr. Dillinger.
Thank you, Peter. You can go now.
Yes, sir.
He will use different input methods. Let's take a look. So first he has a keyboard with a touch screen.
Hello, Mr. Dillinger. Thanks for coming back early.
No problem, Master
Now
C.
you can switch to
If you've
voice
seen
control.
one consumer electronics show, you've seen them all. What's up?
It's your friend, the boy detective. He's nosing around again.
Flynn?
Yes? It felt like Flynn.
You're still looking for that old file. Can't you just appropriate it?
I have. I put it in my memory, which he hasn't located.
But he might find it.
I'm afraid so. I spotted him this time and kept him out, but he's getting trickier all the time.
I think we should shut down all access until we find that Flynn, just to be safe.
There's a 68.71% chance you're right.
Cute.
End of line.
We will have something on the percentages later on. He now tries something like social engineering against the kernel. I have priority access 7. Maybe this helps.
Your access suspended. Report to Dillinger. Come on.
Hey, Alan? You think I could have some of your popcorn?
Yeah, sure.
Nice office, by the way. So this would be something like behavioral antivirus or something like today, maybe. These programs that try to find malware and then destroy them. But the other thing was, you all laughed at the right place, the password. And you probably all know these statistics. So what are the most common passwords? Password, of course. Of course. No, master was in the movie, yeah. I mean, this is from the Adobe database. You can always argue that people were forced to give a password and that maybe they are worse than the real high-profile passwords. But, I mean, if I look at the top 20 places, it's still very ridiculous. And here, for example, this used to be the first 6 places of the nuclear start code of the United States for 20 years. And whatever you do with your passwords, it should never end like this. So once you try to gain access or to defeat an intruder, you need to work real fast. And CSI had a great idea how you can improve it.
No way. I'm getting hacked.
Oporski?
No, this is major. They've already burned through the NCIS public firewall.
Well, isolate the node and dump them on the other side of the router.
I'm trying. It's moving too fast.
Oh, this is not good. We're using our connection to the INFIS database. Sever it.
I can't. It's a point attack. He or she is only going after my machine.
It's not possible. This is DoD level 9 encryption. It would take months to get built.
What is that, video game?
No, Tony, we're getting hacked.
If they get into Abby's computer, the entire NCIS network is next.
I can't stop him. Do something, McGee.
I've never seen code like this. Where'd it go, Abby?
I didn't do anything. I thought you did.
No?
I did.
Of course, when the hacker is attacking the firewall, it's best to plug out the workstation. But of course, how can you type like this? I mean, I just made the experiment. I took the abstract of my talk today and then splitted it into the parts that you have to type on the left side of the keyboard and that one that you have to type on the right side of the keyboard. And then you need to get the timing wrong right as well. So, I mean, maybe with such a keyboard you can practice this. We heard something on attacks on the firewall, and actually there's a movie called Firewall with Harrison Ford.
What have we got?
Brute force login. The interesting thing is, even though he's coming in through Hong Kong, Korea, and Malaysia, he's trying sequential account numbers. He's hacking all over the board.
Well, let's try a rule change on him. See what he does. Put in an IPS signature that black holes the pattern. See if that slows him down.
That'd slow me down. I'd be resistant to false positives, too.
Yep. Thanks.
Huh.
Not bad, mentioning false positives, and we've seen our all favorite tool, Wireshark. I mean, they changed it a little bit. Sebastian can maybe talk about this a little bit more. I mean, they changed like some columns to have fixed values, like here failed login, regardless which protocol type they. And the other thing is, of course, and Harrison Ford is actually using some Cisco variant of a firewall language, so still not bad. But the other thing is, okay, he blocked a different IP from not the one with which the attacks were coming from. And of course, you all notice that these are internal IPs. So maybe the attacker isn't in Hong Kong or Singapore or anything. Maybe he is in the office right behind them. But I don't want to spoil the movie. Speaking of IP addresses.
For weeks, I've been investigating the Cabby Killer murders with a certain morbid fascination.
This is in real time. I'll create a GUI interface using Visual Basic. See if I can track an IP address.
Wait, what? I'll create a GUI interface in Visual Basic, see if I can track an IP address. Not a program, just a GUI. That's enough. And there are people on the internet that actually tried to do this, and it looked like this. And since this actually made them useless, I mean, now you can solve the cases with one click. Maybe that's the reason why they canceled the show 2 years ago. Speaking of IP addresses, you will always find these nice examples in movies, like this one. Or wait, this one here, it has 5 integers. So maybe this is IP version 5. Or this super long IP address. Or like this one here. I mean, there might be a reason. So you probably know that they're also using fake phone numbers in movies. Like they always start with 555. Yeah, and maybe they are afraid that if they by chance use a real IP address and someone tries to break in there, then they get sued, and getting sued in the States is always bad. Yeah, or maybe actually in the new in one of the newer RFCs there is an IP space for documentation examples, so maybe you can use this one. Like the 555 prefix in the United States in the telephone system is actually now reserved, and there are no phone numbers given with this prefix. Yes, Mr. Robot is a very good example. They had very good advisors. That's why they're not in my talk. So, yeah, okay. Maybe Enno is here, so better no IPv6 jokes. Internet relay chat in numbers, they have quite a poetic description on a very simple chat protocol. Let's hear them.
Trying to decode it, but it could take days.
Still no sign of Feigenbaum trying to attack Augie's site.
No. And Zal Feigenbaum is easily as good a hacker as Augie.
Yeah, he's probably trying to decode the back door, too.
You know, what if he's not trying to hack Augie? I mean, what if he's trying to find him?
IRC, Internet Relay Chat. It's how hackers talk when they don't want to be overheard.
It's a pretty primitive chat program.
Think of it like shipping channels in the ocean. You can't see them until a boat cuts through the water leaving a wake. If two boats meet in the middle of the ocean to swap a load of illegal drugs, you have to catch them in real time. Otherwise, there's no evidence of the meeting left behind.
No names, no accounts, no records of exchange.
Well, how do they see each other?
Online names.
Okay, so what? We got the fist, and what's Augie's?
Oozmeister. Okay, I'll set up an alarm to alert us if either name enters an IRC channel.
And can we see what they're saying?
In Leet speak. Luckily, I speak Leet.
That's so...
All
right, Feigenbaum's online.
Okay, I'll get done.
What are they saying?
Okay, got a surprise for you. Funny, got one for you, too.
You got a trace?
Yeah, but they're probably bouncing off 100 IPs. I mean, they'll be offline before we get a location.
We should meet. Ha. Touch my system and it will eat your young. Okay, that was Augie.
All right, so what? Feigenbaum wants to meet.
Augie's rewriting his code.
Okay, wait, you guys wait. This is gonna be over in a second.
Can we get a screenshot?
Got it.
Whoa, you can make screenshots. And it's case solved. I've never seen such a poetic description of internet relay chat. I never thought about this in this way. Next thing is Mission Impossible. So
Charlie 10, did you fire the tracer yet?
Stand by.
yes, of course, a Crocodile Claim. I have one with me all the time from my Wireshark experiences. Another topic that movie makers are always faced are how to display things like hacking. And when it also comes to computer screens, it's always the question, which operating system? And Office Space didn't want to annoy the fans of one or another operating system, so they somehow mixed this.
Come on. Oh, for crap.
Yeah, so we've seen nice example. We have this Mac parts of the GUI. We had the MS-DOS part, the mouse cursors from Windows 95. So we mixed everything together. But when it comes to operating system, there's one classic scene from Jurassic Park. And of course, back then, this was actually revolutionary because back then we had these big fights between the Windows people and the Mac people. And they chose the underdog, they chose Unix. And today we are all actually know that Unix won the wars on the operating systems. We have them, Mac OS is Unix-based, Linux, of course, all the servers, the mobile phones, iPhones, Androids, all run Unix. But for 1993, this was a bold choice.
It's a Unix system. I know this. It's all the files of the whole park. It tells you everything. I gotta find the right file.
Try to reach the gun!
I can't get it unless I move!
Oh, this is it. This might be the right file. Wait. This isn't the right file.
You got it! Yes! Yes! Yes!
This is it.
What works?
Phone, security systems. You name it, we got it.
So you all know this, Raptors try to break into your office or your server room. But the one thing you should never ever do, so when you look at the door, you should press against the door on the side where it opens and not where it's fixed to the wall. This helps a lot. The other thing is, we have seen this nice 3D file browsing, file manager. So actually, this is a real piece of software. It was written by Silicon Graphics to demonstrate the 3D capabilities of the workstation. But it's still, yeah, not very intuitive. So maybe that's the reason why it, never got to the desktop. But there's actually a free implementation. You can download it from SourceForge. It's quite old, so it's not easy to get it compiled because all the libraries have changed, but still, this is an actually piece of software. But speaking of 3D user interfaces are always very important in movies. So in Knight Rider 2000, of course, even the attacker has a nice 3D GUI interface. You can spot it at the beginning.
How long till you're in?
I'm all. What's the location of our attackers?
I cannot be certain as to their location because an outside source is hacking my system with surprising efficiency. They will have full control in 23 seconds.
Kit specs were on the drives.
Well, what do we do?
14 seconds.
Kit, shut down the computer now.
Shutting down all systems.
It'll still be driven, but it has to be done manually.
Wait, what? Hacked in 23 seconds? Can you make a progress bar on being hacked? I mean, you're either, it's basically like pregnancy. You're either pregnant or not, but it's not like 23% pregnant. Yeah, you can argue, okay, you can have different privileges, but it's not like this. And there is this strong tendency in having all these timers. We had this in Tron as well before, and these percentage values all the time in these movies. let's look another example, Resident Evil.
Transmitter in position.
Roger. Running a bypass.
Code logs are a favorite of screenwriters.
Checkmate.
Yeah, of course. If I have something like a 5-digit keylog, and I can enter the digit in any sequence and guess them for single, then I'm done in worst case 50 tries. That might be the reason why they not survived on the free market, and we all have these common logs where you have to put in the digits in the right sequence. But they used quite a lot of equipment there just to guess this 50 tries in worst case. Connecting computers is also very hard, and I mean, for us it took like 15, 20 years to being able to transfer WinWord document from Macintosh to Windows and vice versa without big troubles. But in movies, this can be accelerated quite a bit.
We're in.
So they've flown into the alien mothership and are now deploying a virus there or worm for a computer system, for a foreign, an alien computer system they've never seen before. Yes, so very talented malware writer. I mean, the thing is, if you watch the movie, it looks like he used less time to write this worm or virus for this foreign alien computer system than it took it to upload. And there's actually, someone wrote a third warning for these alien motherships. When attempting takeover of planets inhabited by such races, a Trojan horse attack is possible that permits local access to the mothership. So, regardless how advanced your species actually is, do your homework when it comes to security. Matrix Reloaded has actually a positive example. Let's look at it.
Still no sight of them. I don't know what they're doing, but they only got 2 minutes left.
So yes, of course, we had Nmap here, over here, and we actually have SSH Nuke, which was back then like only released only several months before the movie aired, so they had quite a good advisor. This is a real attack. You can use it to reset the root password and then log in with SSH, and they're actually using SSH version 1. Not bad. I mean, you probably never had an password window that tells you how many places you have to enter. But otherwise, not bad. But the thing that strikes me in this movie and many other movies is, why do they always have to wear gloves? I mean, these are now pictures from different media, mostly from Austrian media. Why do you need masks also, gloves, masks? I mean, if I have to wear a mask, then I have a very narrow viewport, and then I might look like more like this guy into the screen. Stock images also tend to use this stereotype. Pirated music or using the hammer. I don't understand it. This always leaves me back puzzled. I don't know. But the other thing is, when talking of Matrix, is this animation. Every second time we have a camera team at our office for some television station, they want to have something in background on the screen, and they love this animation. Really. But speaking of green characters, CSI Cyber has also a very easy way to detect malware.
Well, all I got is green code here. The first 5 devices are clean. Now, if Mom's comes back the same way, we struck out here too. Oh, there's malware.
Maybe we are just all green-red blind. Yeah. No, he doesn't. But there is also a low-tech solution to all of our security problems. I mean, maybe this is the solution to the fishbowl thing. Let's see how Rambo solves all the computer issues. Of course, back then computers were a little bit bigger. Yeah, so maybe we should revert to low-tech solutions. Thank you very much.